Welcome. In this session, I'm going to give a short overview of the concept of market equilibrium. Consider a single product. Then we can talk about the demand and supply equations, supply curves, functions, whatever you want to call it. Now, normally the demand curve will be a decreasing curve and supply will be increasing. It's because if price increases, people will buy less of it. Whereas if price increases, you get more suppliers coming in or producers increasing their production, increasing the supply. So we typically expect them to intersect at one point, and because of the shape of the functions, there can be only be one intersection at most. This is called the point of equilibrium or market equilibrium. This is the price level at which demand equals supply. It's called the point of equilibrium because barring external circumstances that affect supply or demand, the market tends to stay at that level. Suppose that there is some market fluctuation and the price increases slightly. So from market equilibrium, we are trying to increase the price, but as the price increases, supply increases, but demand decreases. So now supply is more than the demand, which means the price will start falling. The same thing will happen in the other direction if price falls below the equilibrium, because then demand will increase but supply will decrease, creating a market shortage, driving the price back up again. If you have the supply and demand equations, you can solve that pair of equations to find the equilibrium point. So for this, you have to solve a system, and you should know how to solve a system. If the equations are given in the form P equals something in Q for both, or Q equals something in P for both, it's a fairly simple way to solve this. You would just set the two functions equal to each other. In this example, we have the prices given as functions of quantities in both cases. So you just set the two functions equal to each other because the supply price and the demand price should be the same. Remember that in the equation, this is the supply price, this is the demand price. If I set them equal to the same, I get an equation for Q in this case, and I solve for Q. So whatever you need to do to solve the equation you get, and then you substitute that in either of the two equations, and you will get the equilibrium price. And this is the basic idea behind market equilibrium and finding it. If you have more complicated equations, the algebra and the step where you solve for P or Q might be longer, more involved, but the idea is still the same. So I will stop here. Hopefully one example is enough. Bye.